All right, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all in another episode of Run It With You. And today we got to run about Myron Gaines and his stance on women who smoke weed. Um, he's actually talking about how if you get with a girl who smokes weed, the chance of her cheating on you rises because the type of crowd she'll be around. Without further ado, let's go ahead on and get into his thoughts. I want to let y'all know that I don't smoke. So a lot of stuff that he's gonna say, I'm probably gonna agree with. Let's see what he's talking about.
When a girl smokes weed, she has to put herself around certain types of individuals to get access to said weed. I would say fucking majority of women smoke weed, right? The reason why that's a problem is because in order for you to procure marijuana, a lot of the times, you have to be around deplorable individuals, degenerates, losers. Also, let's be honest. Women don't spend their own money on weed. Who buys the weed? Men. Why do they buy the weed? We know why. So if you're dating a girl that's a fucking pothead, there's a high likelihood at some point in her life, she probably was smashing dudes to smoke her out, bruh. It's a game of probability. That's what it is. If a girl smokes weed and she smokes a lot, well, unfortunately, there's going to be a high likelihood she has to fraternize or be around deplorable individuals that are low-life losers, which a lot of them are going to be men because women don't pay for their own weed most of the time. So she's going to have to be around loser guys, and those guys are always going to try to get laid. And the more often your girl smokes, the higher the likelihood that she's going to be getting smashed by these niggas. That's just weed. We're not even talking about alcohol and all the other drugs. But I use the marijuana example to let you guys know that trauma, right? It destroys women.
Um, when it comes to a girl smoking weed, personally, my ideal girl, if I'm getting a relationship with her, she won't smoke. And when it comes to drinking, I would prefer her not to drink at all. But if she drinks and know how to handle her liquor, then that's cool. But smoking, if she does smoke, I would want her to be, maybe like definitely not a pothead. Now, if she smoke here and there, fine, but definitely not a pothead. And I gotta know who she copping her weed from, you know. But I personally wouldn't want a girl to smoke anyway because I think it makes your lips black. That's unattractive. It gives you that weed breath. That's unattractive. And if you just a pothead, we can't even get in a relationship. Like I know girls who scraping and scrapping for change just to try to get some weed or whatnot. And yes, it does have girls around the wrong type of crowd. And if a girl really need to smoke, she's stressed out. This ain't going right. That ain't going right. If she trying to get something to smoke from her weed man, he gonna try it. He gonna try her. He gonna try to give her extra if he gets something in return. If you know what I mean. Or he gonna try to give her a whole thing, without no money if he gets something in return. And I know a lot of dudes who sell weed because getting girls is a byproduct of that, and weed is a fun drug. So it it definitely has a lot of female clientele with it. So, that's definitely one of the perks of, selling weed. You're gonna catch a lot of women, you know. But yeah, man, that's definitely a red flag if a girl is a pothead. Now, if she a person that don't need the smoke, fine. Like if you just a avid, like if you just I ain't gonna say a social smoker, but if you just a person who will smoke here and there, fine. But when you just needing to smoke, like a true pothead, oh no. Oh no, bro. Especially when people who be like, "Oh man, I gotta smoke before I eat, man." Like you ain't even about to eat your food because you gotta smoke first. Oh yeah, you gotta definitely an addiction. And a lot of people who smoke, they will argue it down and say it's not an addiction. It's just a lifestyle. Like, nah, man, that's an addiction. You let your food getting cold because you gotta smoke first. Um, so yeah, man, it ain't even just about the men. You could take the men out of the equation, her weed man or whatever. You could take that out the equation. Just the what it does to your lips and your breath, that alone right there is a turn off to me. You know. Always got to get pissed from somebody when it comes to a job. Like it's just a lot. It's a lot, you know. Um, but I do think when it comes to weed, I do think just like alcohol, it gets a lot of women in the mood too. Like weed gets a lot of women horny, and it also provides an excuse. Oh, I was drunk, I was high, that's why I did this. Like, oh no, I rather a female who don't do none of that, so you can't have no excuses. But you got to understand, Myron is the type of guy who gives advice when it comes to dating on probabilities. Don't let your girl wear this because the likelihood of something happening, because she's dressing a certain way rises. Don't let your girl smoke because the likelihood of, he's by the numbers type of person. And, if that's how he vets his woman, then, that's on him. But on this take right here, I don't agree with a lot of stuff Myron says. But on this take right here, I would agree. Definitely, if she's a piehead, she's not wifey material. And then on top of that, let's just say you're a pothead. You want to get with a girl who is a pothead because if she don't smoke, then you can't really vibe with her. That's cool. That's all fine until somebody ain't got no money to get no weed no more. That's when people start tweaking out, and that's when the relationship fade away. Literally, what's keeping y'all together is weed sometimes, and they have people who work in dispensaries and see these couples like this on a daily, and they kind of be getting secondhand embarrassment, like, damn, that's how I look. But yeah, man, Myron, he be having a lot of bad takes. I can't stand some of his takes, but on this one, I would agree with him, But I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Ladies, if a man smokes too much, would that be a turnover? Let me know. But for the men out here, let me know what y'all think. Like, is weed an automatic red flag for y'all? Or you look at it the same as alcohol. As long as she can control herself, you know, well, I don't know. I think it's kind of different than alcohol in a sense because alcohol really make you into a different person. Weed pretty much just calms you down or whatever, but it gets some people horny. So I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below, fellas. Is it an automatic red flag for y'all? Do you agree with Myron on this? You disagree? If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, what you waiting on? Until next time, I'm out.